Uncle C, back in the office, and in today's video, I'm going to be explaining how do you become confident even if nobody believes in you, okay? How do you become confident even if all the odds are stacked against you? What do you do if you have self-doubt? What do you do if you struggle with low confidence? Maybe you know you need to get on your purpose, you need to start to work towards the goals and aspirations that you've always wanted to, however, you just don't feel like you're good enough. If you've ever felt like that before, this video is for you. And I'm making this so that way not only can I keep you pressing on your journey, but we can make sure that you don't run into the negative mindsets that 99.99999% of guys face. So with that said, let's dive in. Quick announcement, we have about 250 seats open inside of the Masculinity Blueprint for Q2. We've enrolled over 100 over the past week or so, and because of that, I know that this will fill up fast, so I advise you to check out the quick link below this video. But nevertheless, let's dive in. How do you become confident even if the odds are stacked against you? Well, I'm gonna show you how to do this, okay? The first thing you have to do is you have to get into the mental mindset, the mental framework of overcoming self-doubt, okay? Self-doubt will consistently creep into your brain. You're going to think my business will fail. Okay, you're going to think my relationship will fail. You're going to think everything in your life will crumble. But here's what you do. If you're wondering how do you do this, you do this by stacking 1% wins. I want you to think about anybody that you maybe idolize. Okay, anybody that you think is really cool, or anybody who has the dream life that you've always wanted. What you're seeing is you're seeing an outside looking in picture. You're not seeing the 1% wins that they had to stack up year after year after year after year. Because what looks like to you to be, they were just born like that. Maybe their physique was born that way. Maybe their bank account was born that way. It's not true. In fact, with most people, you are looking at their 10-year journey. The only difference is you are looking at it from the lens from the inside out. You did not get to see that day-to-day grind. 1% wins add up if you let them. So how do you do this? Well, the first way is you ignore all sloth-like behavior. What is sloth-like behavior? If you or any of your friends are sitting down on the couch playing video games, eating Doritos, watching TV, watching Netflix, talking about how you wish life was different, but you still keep doing the exact same low-level behaviors that keep you stuck month after month, you are not going to have the success you've always wanted. Why? Because you're not putting in the day-to-day work that it takes to acquire these 1% wins. I hope that this is making sense. So here's the truth. If you want to overcome self-doubt, you will never fail in life if you never quit. Just think about that for a second. If you never quit at what it is that you say you want or what it is that you claim you should be good at, if you never quit doing it, you will only improve. So even if you have a minor setback, it's only up from here. And if you can understand that mental mindset, that mental framework, you'll be drastically further ahead than all of the competition in your 10-year journey compared to theirs. So, how do you do this? Well, first you have to actually admit weakness. Okay, you have to admit weakness to get tougher. Nobody's born tough. Toughness is built. For some people, toughness is built by their outside circumstances. For some people, toughness was built because they were put into a really bad situation. For some people, they just could not stand being weak, whether that be mentally or emotionally, or even in some cases physically for that matter. And because of it, they put in the work day by day to get better. This is all you can do. Here's the cold truth though. Some of you aren't gonna like me for this one. If you click this title, you wanna know how to be confident even if the odds are stacked against you, even if nobody believes in you, okay? The truth is that whether other people believe in you or not, whether they approve of you or not, it does not have an impact on your success. Just let that sink in. You could have a stadium of 50,000 people all cheering for you, and they could all believe in you. But if you didn't put in that 1% wins over the course of your life, you won't have the success that you wanted. Meanwhile, on the flip side of that, you could have nobody in that stadium. But if that person still put in the day-to-day effort, the day-to-day grind, and stuck with their ambitions, even through the hardships, they will be further ahead than everybody. So here's the truth. Success proves everybody wrong. Okay? These 1% wins snowball. And like I said, what will happen is that your life will change. And guess what? From the outside looking in, it will appear quick. Okay, it appears quick from everybody. It appears quick to all of the bystanders. You would not believe how many people enter into this YouTube channel. They see that I have over 200,000 subscribers, and they think that this channel was an overnight success. What you're looking at is you are actually looking at my 5-year work. And that's the truth. So how do you do this? Well, you have to hone unique skills, okay? What you're gonna see with most people is most people are generalists. What's a generalist? They're good at just a little bit of everything. They know how to do everything about B+ to C- area, but they don't have A+ efforts and they don't have A+ successes in anything, okay? If you take a look at me with my skill stack, for example, the reason why I got to where I am today is because I'm a D- student in everything, but there was a few things that I tripled down on to become an A player at. And these A player skills have paid dividends for years and years to come. Some of you aren't going to like that. That's cool. That's okay. I've met people where the people, I look them in the eyes and they genuinely want to be generalists. They want to be good at just a little bit of everything. They want to be quote unquote well-rounded. The truth, though, is that if you don't take that period of time where some of these areas in your life sacrifice, right, and so you're only a D- player in some of them in order to get to that A+ level ability, it's going to be very, very hard to be known for anything. And that's why down here on this point of the whiteboard, I put you have to know what you actually want to be known for. Okay, if some of you maybe you're playing this game of your purpose, maybe you're doing it for financial status, maybe you're doing it for financial gain, maybe you're doing it for overall success, overall recognition, maybe you just want to have a goal and see if you can hit it. Whatever the case is, you have to know what you want to be known for. And if you don't know what you want to be known for, you're going to be spinning your wheels, moving from thing to thing to thing, and another year will go by and you're stuck in the exact same situation. I don't want that to be you. So because of that, I put up here, we have to actually define confidence. See, this is a huge spectrum right here, because most people think that if they see a confident person that they're confident at everything. And that just could not be further from the truth. For example, on this channel, I helped with relationships for a lot of years. Okay, I still do to this day for a lot of people. I helped with relationships for so long, and it's because there was a period of time where I was a D- student in that for myself. And eventually I became an A player. Once I became an A player, I knew how to actually teach, coach, inspire, and motivate millions of people to actually show them what I was doing. And because of that, I know that it got success and I know that it worked. So with that said, everybody has to enter into arenas that they know that they can win. Okay, this is what confidence is. Confidence, okay, if you think about the 1% wins that add up time and time again, that confidence snowballs. Okay, as that confidence snowballs, the arenas you choose to play are ones that you can win. So let's take Drake. Drake is a great musician. Okay, but if you probably took Drake behind the wheel of an 18-wheeler semi-truck, there's probably not a high probability that he's going to be confident doing that. However, he's going to be confident on stage in front of 100,000 people. That's the difference. Meanwhile, if you take a semi-truck driver, he's very confident behind the wheel, but if you put him on stage, he would not be confident. You have to actually identify what area of expertise are you playing in. So what I can tell you is do not try to master everything at once. In life, there's building blocks, okay? There's seasons, if you will. Sometimes that season takes you a week. Sometimes that season takes you just a few months. Sometimes that season takes you years. Okay, but overall, this journey compounds. So here's what I can tell you. If you're starting from ground zero, meaning like you don't have a lot of success in any area, you want to look at the core three. Okay, what's the core three? The core three is health, wealth, and relationships. Now, you don't want to pick all of them at once, but you want to hone in on one of them, and you want to triple down on it. For some of you, you want to get six-pack abs, and that would be a huge accomplishment. For some of you, you want to have your dream relationship. Okay. Other people, you want to make your first $100,000 in profit in your business this month. It depends where you're coming from and it depends what you're playing for. But if you can pick one of these, what I found is the more times I see a person focus on these core three in life, not only are they much more fulfilled, but this truly is the backbone to living. Like if you're healthy, you can put food on the table, and you have good relationships with people who are around you, you have now mastered the secrets to success. And if you like this video, not only do I want you to hit the like button, I want you to comment below what you want to see next, but I want to make sure that I save you a seat to be part of the 250 that we have left inside of the Masculinity Blueprint before I close the enrollment for Q2. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I have numerous success stories, numerous case studies, numerous testimonials below. I want you to go down below and check that out. Guys, hit the like button, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you in the next one.